Yeah.
It's
It's not for me.
No, I'm going to pass. It's a hard pass. Hey everyone, welcome to the Showbiz Pop 5. I'm your host, Whitney.
I'm Lauren Anderson, and we are discussing not Stranger Things this week, which I know might be shocking for some people, but we're talking about another huge Netflix show that has a huge fandom, The Umbrella Academy. Season 3 dropped. Yes, Whitney is part of the fandom. I don't know if you could tell. And season 3 dropped June 22nd, and we're here for it. We're just here for all of it.
Yeah, I blew through it. I love it. I like it. Season 1 will always be my favorite, but season 3 is now number 2.
Yes, I agree with that ranking. Season 2 didn't, I don't know. Wait, that could be an episode in and of itself, but season 3 ranks second place.
Pretty high. So we're going to talk about 5 different things from the Umbrella Academy in season 3 that we think you should know and or talk about yourself and or talk about it with us in the comments, because that's ultimately what we want. We want to engage. Okay.
Absolutely. I think it's important that we open with the way that the show opened, or this season opened, which is
in a baby
carriage.
Oh.
Oh, wait, before we dive into that though, this is going to be a spoiler heavy episode if that wasn't already evident. If you haven't watched all of the Umbrella Academy season 3, pause this, go finish it, and come back.
Come back. Yes.
But yes,
come back.
Please come back.
I have on my list to talk about the Sparrows first.
Oh, well.
Do you want to talk about the Sparrows, or should we talk about?
I feel like actually they both pop up first. So
yeah,
you be a duel.
Starting out like the season, and I'm like in a baby carriage.
I really did enjoy, like, sidebar. I really did enjoy the way that they like mirrored that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
And that was definitely Ben. That was definitely Ben, like being born there. The first one in season 1, it was Vanya. Mm-hmm. Season 3 is Ben. So
love to see it.
Yeah, so we get introduced to the Sparrow Academy this season. If you haven't watched season 2, I don't know why you're here and watching this, but in season 2, we ended where the Hargreaves, the original Umbrella Academy, returns back to an alternate timeline, and the Sparrows are in their place. And there are 6 Sparrows or 7?
And a cube.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. There's 6 Sparrows and
6 and a cube.
Which we'll get to it. But they all have different powers except for number 1's, which I thought was strange.
Yeah, he was just like a strong guy.
He was like Luther.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I feel like even Luther has more of a, like, what I want to call a power, because he's like part monkey man.
Well, yeah, but he didn't want to be that.
No, but that's who he was. And Marcus, number 1 of the Sparrow Academy, was just like a strong, buff dude who worked out on rooftops.
Yeah. Yes. Did some amazing acrobat stuff on the rooftops, yeah. But nonetheless, just
not a superpower.
Yeah. So that was number 1. Number 2 was Ben, who is emo Ben now, and he has the same power. He's like tentacles that shoot out of his chest as part of his power. Number 3 was
Faye, right?
Faye, and she could produce ravens out of her back.
I know they weren't sparrows, but I kept calling them sparrows because of like Sparrow Academy.
Yes, but those are little bitty cute birds.
Violent sparrows. She was blind, and the birds did her bidding basically.
Yes, but did you notice their vision was kind of like a security camera?
Yeah.
Thought that was weird.
It was weird.
But good for her, because and they would like do her bidding so that she could like
good for her.
Spies. Good for her. She could send out spies to like all fly all around town. Number 4 was, I get 4 and 5 mixed up. It's either Alfonso or Jamie.
Yeah, I get them mixed up too, but like they were like the dynamic duo. So
I actually loved them. And fun fact, Jamie is played by Cassie David, who is Larry David's daughter.
I thought her character was perfect for like, just like I've read Cassie David has done a bunch of writing for other outlets, and like, I don't know, this character just aligned with her like personality perfectly.
I loved her. And then Alfonso, he is the one whose skin looks real droopy in the like
He's like a rubber man, basically.
Yeah. So if you hit him really hard or whatever you do to him, it's like the old saying, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever happens to me comes back and sticks to you. That is Alfonso's power in a nutshell. Then you have 6 with Sloane, and she could manipulate gravity.
Mm-hmm.
And then 7, Christopher was a weird alien cube, which this is our whole point with the Sparrows. I want to know more about them. I didn't learn enough. I wanted more of them in season 3. That is my one like disappointment, was that they hyped them up so much and I wanted more. I wanted to see them.
I completely agree. I feel like they hyped them up at the very end of season 2. So you spent all this time while they were working on 3. You're like, oh my God, we're going to get this whole season basically about the Sparrows. And there's not, I mean, they're part of the story in season 3, but there wasn't enough Sparrow content for me. Also, I need an entire like textbook on Christopher's language and how they understand it and everything, every line he had.
How was Christopher born? He had a baby carriage.
I have absolutely no idea.
Like the size of a Rubik's Cube when he was born? Or what, did he come out that size? I don't know. That seems painful for however that happened. I don't know. Maybe it was just some weird alien birth that we aren't aware of. But
it had to be.
They always say 49 women started the day not pregnant. And then
one had a cube.
Yeah. Why was that never mentioned?
Yeah, I feel like that was an important plot line. But anyway, speaking of important plot lines, now we can talk about Footloose and kind of go back to Jamie because she's the whole reason this Footloose scene happens.
So who'd you say is the whole reason? Oh, Jamie. Yes. Yes. So her power is which we didn't even mention it. Her power is that she can,
she has hallucinogenic spit.
Yeah, like
that's how I would categorize it.
Did the boys, or in high school or middle school, did the boys they would call it lurch? Like they could lurch?
Oh no, they called it gleeking where I'm from.
Gleek. Yeah, that's another word for it. So she could do that, and it's like some weird tar-like substance. But it creates one of the greatest scenes in the history of television, in my opinion.
These are the facts.
They have to defend their honor with a dance off, which is step by step. I talked to David Castaneda, who plays Diego. I asked him because I had to know if it was like a direct reenactment of Footloose, and it is. Now, I think maybe when they do their individual like little duos, that they kind of could put a little bit of their input in it, but the entire thing was hilarious. And if you watch it over and over again, like I did, you find something new to pick up on every time. And right now, which will be a shock to no one, my favorite is Klaus when he's just waving his hands and spinning around like he's having the time of his life.
One thing I want everybody to know about me is I'm a huge Kevin Bacon stan, and I knew immediately that when they're all dancing together and like the main chorus of the song, I was like, that's the Footloose dance.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Good for them.
Well, David, when we were talking, he said he wants to know what Diego's fascination is with Kevin Bacon.
Right. Like, why was that his vision?
Well, because you see it again, and then 5 envisions Dolores, his mannequin from season 1, come to life. So it's something you love. Does Diego love Footloose?
Moreover, what does Kevin Bacon have to say about all this? I have to get his thoughts.
Kevin Bacon, if you're out there watching, leave us a comment. We want to know. Wouldn't be the first time.
No.
Okay. Number 3, Klaus. In general.
Just perfection. I mean,
about him.
One thing everybody should know about Whitney is she's a Klaus stan. And that has not changed over the course of 3 seasons. He, in my opinion, has some of the best lines in the series, just throughout every season, but especially season 3. One of my favorites being when he said they were talking about what they should do if they run into their like alter selves, and he was like you wouldn't climb Luther Mountain. I died.
That and the part where Luther's talking and he can't get the words out. And he's like, come on, big guy, you can do it. Because he couldn't get the right insults out.
This season is actually full of like funny little one-liners like that.
Yeah, and everyone's like comparing. You've seen the meme where it's like the super bright purple and pink house next to the painted completely black house, and they compare two things, and it's like Umbrella Academy season 2 and Umbrella Academy season 3, but they have season 3 as the house that's painted completely black. And I think this one is kind of lighter than, I mean, Allison, but
yes. I mean,
brings us to Allison, actually.
Yeah, my blood pressure just went up.
Can't help it. Can't help it.
Everyone is mad at her, myself included. And I love Emmy Raver Lampman. This is nothing against her or her portrayal of Allison. This is just where Allison is in her journey of the Umbrella Academy, but it sucks. We hate to see it. Yeah.
Hate to see it. It is not fun. It's stressful the entire time she's on screen. She's just angry. And I have a hard time connecting with a character that is mad all the time.
There's an entire Reddit thread. Who is your least favorite character in the show so far? And why is it Allison Hargreaves?
Which is funny because she wasn't. She was one of my favorites in seasons 1 and 2.
Yes, I loved her like story arc in season 2. Yes. Loved it. Thought it was perfect. And I understand her motive for being so angry in season 3. Like, I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but I can't imagine what that feels like. But I don't know. And the other thing that kills me is her and Victor finally get to a place like seasons 1 and 2. Well, season 1, they're like, they hate each other and they have that whole thing. And then they're like up and down in their relationship. And like season 3, it seems like, okay, like they're finally going to have that sibling relationship they've wanted. But no, she like they reach this peak. And then Allison's like, nah, I'm going to just kick us right off. Exactly.
Yeah, it didn't flow for me. And I'm not taking away her, like whatever she's going through, which is terrible once you watch what has happened to her. But she seriously gives up on anyone else, like in the show. She hates everyone this season, I feel like.
Including Luther, which there's outrage about that scene. You've seen it.
Yes, there is. I've seen like trigger warnings about like sexual assault in that episode because she rumors him into doing something that he doesn't want to. And it just was so out of character for her. And I mean, even taking into account what she's gone through, it just didn't work for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm excited to see where they take her.
I need a redemption arc.
Yeah.
Steve Blackman.
Although I did see a theory that basically points at her getting the opposite of a redemption arc, but
like she's going to go straight evil.
Like maybe.
I could maybe be down for that.
We'll see.
She might be the most powerful.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know. Depending on how the way the season ended, that's open to interpretation.
True. Good point. Okay, the final one that we're going to speak about is what I like to call Lester Pocket, an ASMR pioneer, because
that completely, I mean, it tied into the story because he was Harlan Cooper from season 2. But when I first saw him, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to deal with a new character right now. Please go away.
It was a lot. And they played him up to be a villain. And then he wasn't, and then he's not around anymore. And I
seemed frivolous.
It did seem frivolous. And I want to know why he didn't have better technology with his headphones. Who is still carrying around a cassette player?
I think Netflix just had like a box they needed to check because like the Stranger Things, they used those like same 80s type headphones. And he had when when Max is getting Vecna, that's all I thought of. I was like, oh my goodness, we're worlds collide. But
he'll never get Vecna. He's always got his favorite sound.
Good. He has a briefcase full of Vecna protection.
Okay. Now, I love me some brown noise, white noise, pink noise, the sound of an airplane, an air conditioner,
all the noise,
fan, anything. I have to have it to sleep. I listen to it in my car sometimes, just when I need to like calm down. I understand it's weird, but the sound soothes me. So I get where Lester's coming from. What I don't get is when he is listening to his own stomach gurgles as he eats.
Yeah.
That
It's not for me.
No, I'm going to pass. It's a hard pass on that. So
what I want to know is, I mean, him, and it goes into his backstory with Sissy before she died and how they had to move around a lot to protect themselves from people discovering his power. Why? Who decided on the name Lester Pocket? Like, is there some kind of meaning behind that? Like I just need to know the backstory of where Lester Pocket came from.
Yeah, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
I need to know. Why did we have to change? Why did he need a
like, did people know Harlan Cooper is the weirdo with
after that first incident, maybe, but that seems like a name that stands out. Lester Pocket.
Yeah, it's very strange. Very strange.
All right. Okay. That is literally all we had negative to say. And it's not much. Like, I mean, it's basically like if we're forced to pick something that's not positive. That's what we would have to say. The season overall is amazing. We want to hear your thoughts about it. You can always find us on social at Cheat Sheet. We would love it if you left us a comment, like, subscribe, anything like that. We love talking to you guys. So we want to get the comments rolling in the section down below.
Yeah, I want to know what everybody liked and disliked about season 3, what they think is going to happen in season 4, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Leave it in the
comments.
comments.
Twitter, add us on Facebook. Find us. We're out there. So, all right, guys, that about does it for this week. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I hope you tune in next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Later, guys.